Well, the forces of darkness rung in the holiday season with an attack on Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. That was at HuffPo. But those attacks have expanded to a more familiar line of attack, the classic holiday song, Baby It's Cold Outside. Cleveland radio station WDOK has dropped that song from its Christmas lineup after a listener called in to complain that it was inappropriate somehow in the wake of the Me Too movement. How about fat-shaming songs about Santa Claus? Will they be the next to go? Here to explain it, the liberal Sherpa, Catalina magazine founder, Cathy Areu. Cathy Areu, great to see you tonight.
Good to see you.
It does seem like a lot of the songs about Santa make reference to his weight in a way that is not very sensitive.
I don't think he minds. I mean, he's jolly, right? He's a jolly guy.
Baby, it's cold outside. Is that something we need to give up because of Me Too?
Not because of Me Too. I looked at it, and it seems like a few years back, people were commenting that the lyrics, if you read those lyrics, it's not a holiday song.
Right.
It doesn't say holidays, happy holidays, Christmas, anything. It's just cold outside, and an older man is telling a younger woman not to go home to her parents, to stay around, have another drink, and she says, "What's in this drink?" He said, "Don't worry about it." She said, "I feel kind of funny."
Yes.
Stick around. So if you read it...
She's getting roofied.
Yeah. Apparently he slipped something in the drink and she stays the night.
Do we get to a point where human warmth and romance are illegal?
That's not romance. This is a guy slipping or something and she's spending the night and she doesn't know what happened.
And yet for 50 years she never complained about it. I guess she never knew how pressure was.
She did. She said, "I'm trying to say no, no, no." The song explains it. She's saying no in the song. No means no, Tucker.
When mommy kisses Santa Claus, has consent been given?
When mommy kisses Santa, it sounds like mommy was okay with that. She didn't
really?
Say no,
this
no,
fat
no.
guy comes down your chimney, shows up in your living room and kisses mommy, and that's voluntary, you're saying?
I mean,
yeah, no, I don't think so.
Oh, okay, because it's not
Would
specific.
Frosty the Snow Person be a more inclusive title, do you think?
I think so, yeah. Man, you know.
Does the phrase white Christmas strike you as racist?
Snow is white, so it's appropriate. Yellow snow.
It doesn't seem problematic in the slightest?
I don't think so.
When white people sing Feliz Navidad, is that cultural appropriation?
It depends, right? If they sing it with a sombrero and they're mocking the culture, then perhaps, yeah, they've crossed the line.
But if they sing it just humming along to the soundtrack at Walmart, that's okay. In what sense would they appreciate it?
Well, if they truly appreciate the language and the culture and understand Feliz Navidad is Merry Christmas, yeah, that's
So
fine.
if they only know 2 words of Spanish, Feliz and Navidad, that's enough not to be a cultural appropriator.
Right, right. Yeah, appropriation, it's a fine line.
Rudolph, I got to ask you the last question, and this is dead serious. Do you think that Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer is a victim of bullying?
Well, yeah, that's the whole tale. He is a victim of bullying.
Okay.
Right.
So is it, would you say, so corrosive, because Rudolph accepts his bullying, he doesn't fight back, that you would keep it from your kids?
You would have to talk it over and explain it with the kids. The kids nowadays understand anti-bullying much more than kids when that was first created.
But when it comes on, do you sit your kids down and say, look, Rudolph's about to be bullied. He seems complicit in his own, right? There's a little Stockholm syndrome going on now. He doesn't even know he's bullied. He's leading the sleigh anyway.
As you would sit down with the child to explain any bullying story. So yeah, Rudolph now needs an explanation.
Do you think that detracts from some of the childlike joy of Christmas?
Absolutely
when you explain
not.
to your kids
No,
that
it's a little scary, I think, for this generation to see that Rudolph is being bullied. So with this 2018 generation, you would have to explain why he's being bullied for having a red nose.
Is it a little weird that the generation that's afraid of everything and so easily intimidated spends so much time playing war video games and looking at pornography? I mean, so on the one hand, they seem very kind of hardened, and on the other hand, they seem incredibly sensitive.
I can't imagine that they're doing those things.
Yeah, I think they might be.
I don't think so.
Cathy Areu, great to see you.
Good to see you.
As always. Allie Beth Stuckey is the host of a very popular podcast. She joins us tonight to respond to all this. Does Christmas seem as fun as it used to?
No, it doesn't. And I was just thinking as you guys were talking, how in the world did I survive my childhood years without my parents sitting me down and talking to me about Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer? I don't know how any of us survived without all of these liberal Sherpas and these woke warriors telling us how we should be offended and how we're actually oppressed by Christmas movies. I just had no idea.
I wonder why the rest of us play along with this. We're kind of complicit in the destruction of the culture that we grew up in when we take it serious. So in HuffPo, which is obviously a ludicrous website, but I wonder when they run a piece like this, if the rest of us pay any attention at all, and I'm guilty of this as well, if we're not sort of giving it weight and legitimacy, and maybe the best is just to totally ignore it and celebrate Christmas as we always have and pretend that these people, these deeply unhappy people mad at their parents, don't exist.
I don't know. I think it's good to kind of shake them out of their echo chambers a little bit and just remind them that everything you're saying is absolutely absurd. This has become kind of like a sardonic sport, I think, on the left. It's almost a competition to see who can say the most absurd, the most progressive thing about things that have otherwise been innocuous for decades. So I do think it's important that conservatives at least weigh in a little bit and say, okay, let's talk about this factually.
You don't think that they're kind of trolling us in the end? I mean, they're trying. I sometimes feel like maybe it's too easy to get a rise out of me. And it's better just to laugh at them and say, go back to your sad dystopia in Brooklyn and argue amongst yourselves.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not participating in this.
Yeah, I see what you're saying, but I don't know. I think that we do need to weigh in on these conversations, because if we let them slide, they do slip into the mainstream. I wish that they were trolling us. This is why it's so hard to parody the left. It's why it's so hard to have satire of the left, because the things they say sound like satire. And I do think that we need to call that out for fear that this will become normal.
Huh. Do you think that 10 years from now, people will be free to use the term snowman?
Oh, no, it's already snow person. Haven't you heard it's gingerbread person? Yeah, gingerbread person. Come on, Tucker, you're behind the woke times.
My producer just said in my ear, snowfolk? Have you heard of this?
Snowfolk. I can't even say that. Snowfolk. I can't say it. I'll have to work on that one.
I'm not playing along. The mailman brings Christmas cards with snowmen on them. That's the world that I live in.
You're going to get censored.
And I'm not changing. Allie, Beth, Stuckey, great to see you tonight. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Tucker.